That one. That robotic voice. Everyone click got it, so it goes away. Because we got it. Every time. Every time. Hi, guys.
Never talk to the robot voice. Am I right, Jay? Anyway.
Dewey got it.
That is correct.
So when I was preparing the recap for today,
oh no,
I forgot some things that transpired since it has been a little while since we played, and it kind of made me chuckle. I'm not gonna lie. So you guys had a lot of gold.
Yeah. Do you remember Horse Jerk?
I did not. A hungry displacer beast did. So it's not my fault.
Like,
right,
if I throw a rock at you, can I say like the rock hit you, not me?
It was forces of gravity.
Dwayne Johnson hit me. I'm okay with that. He would probably.
I was gonna say you would not wake up from that.
I said a rock, not the rock.
But also, it's a different. I mean, Lauren can attest, right? Lauren's key phrase was, "I'm not doing this; they're doing that." We heard that a lot.
Now she's a player, so she's flipped. She's
Man, that's like
I know.
She's muted, so we're speaking for her.
Crossed over to the dark side.
She
or back to the light.
Silence.
One of the two.
I don't. That's not.
Shades of gray. Okay, guys. So here we go.
Dun 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 dun.
Previously on the Keep. After selling their excess equipment to the soldiers at Fort Turnak, our heroes head into the Mellist Forest in the hopes of reaching Amantes Silvum, the home of Rory and Riker. During their time traveling through the forest, they were stopped by the leopard-like Kamadan, saw a winged griffin soar above, and narrowly avoided the monstrous troll. However, their luck ran out when a pair of displacer beasts targeted them for dinner. Our heroes were ultimately victorious. However, Mare's horse fell victim to the attacks of the beast. After a short journey more, these adventurous souls are now at the brink of arriving at the Tharibold tribe and Rory and Riker's long-awaited return. Well,
Ew.
all right, so
guys, I changed my mind.
You guys have completed a long rest. You wake up.
Long rest.
Eat your breakfast, I would assume, and head on your way. And Rory, you would know that you are getting rather close to your home. You also know you guys are currently on the south side of the river as you've been traveling, and your home is on the north side of the river. And so you travel for a little while, and I would like one of you to take the lead for your daily perception check. I'm not going to have you roll a travel check, but I'd like one of you to take the scouting lead. Who is looking about? Not me.
I will.
Okay. Just a standard.
All right. Beat me to it. I was writing a thing.
That is. Oh, wrong one. That is a 12.
Okay, excellent. So as you are going along, I need my little notebook here opened up to a specific page. Thank you. Okay. Okay, cool. So as you are going along, Rory, you know that from where you're at, it's only a couple hours until you reach a decent place where you can cross the river. As you are traveling, it gets to be about that time when you know you can begin to be looking for these places where you can cross. And you all step into not necessarily a clearing, but you come into what were almost a tree line. And Rory, you see buildings. You all see these stone structures, some of wood, some of stone, some built almost apart from the trees, some built within the trees themselves, as if they are built in reverence to the location of the trees and in response to the trees have not moved, because trees don't move, but they go with the buildings. It looks like none of the buildings were created to against the flow of the trees, but the trees and the buildings almost coincide. And you come across and into this. And Rory, as you begin to look around, it sparks familiarity, as this is your village on the south side of the river. And you can kind of, you tell this because you grew up here, you know this. You recognize that building, that family, that totem is always outside their house. They like these flowers. It's your neighbors, it's not in a different neighborhood, is the best way to sort of explain it. You know these people. So while some things are shifted, you recognize the building and the buildings. And I would like you, Roy, to make a perception check.
See all the things.
8.
8. Okay. So,
Or don't see anything.
as you guys arrive at the village, you sort of step out of the trees and going in, and it's about this time that you all notice there aren't people. It's close to midday. It's about 10 o'clock. There should be people milling about.
Like, there's like no one?
There is no one. And as you step sort of right past that first house, that first building, you look sort of deeper in, and you see some of the stone is cracked. There's a hole in that roof. That pile of rocks is a building that has collapsed. As you begin to sort of look around, the village seems abandoned.
Is it just me, or is it a little quiet around here?
I want to go. I want to try to, well, I guess inspect the I don't know, the closest house.
Okay.
Just to kind of get an idea of maybe what happened.
Okay. So you're just trying to look for what might happen?
Yeah, like, clearly something has happened. What might it have been? I wonder.
Okay.
Quietly to myself.
Go up to the nearest house that looked like it might have some damage. Roll a investigation check.
I will roll an investigation check.
Knowing the area, can I assist him with that? Because I was going to say, Rory's not really saying much. He's just looking around and trying to see if it's
Nah.
like by choice or not.
That was not a good roll. I rolled a 10.
You're being assisted by Roy, so roll with advantage as he is using the
What? Advantage. Pew, 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 pew. That's much better. It's a 18 total.
Okay. As you go, it looks like some seem to be heavy impacts. Some seem to be almost as if something slammed into some parts of it. And then you also see what looks to be deep gouges of a claw mark of some sort have cut into various parts. It's about this time that Mare, you notice it first. Coming around from the side of one of the buildings, you see the orange and spotted leopard-like skin. But where the head comes up, it has a leopard head, and you see 6 snake heads extend out from its side as it comes around from one of the buildings.
I don't like that.
And as it looks in your direction, you all then see this. And Mary, you then hear over your shoulder. You look, and a second one comes around from the corner.
We have a map for this. So I can
And
visualize
yes,
it.
we are going to initiative now.
Oh, that got quick.
Yep, that went quick.
Oh,
So Wesley
hot
killed off-
jam.
So Wesley killed off my entire clan because they didn't want to play psychiatric professionals.
It's a dick move.
Like, screw that. You've been gone.
Like,
Anybody know emo poetry?
Bruh, I
Play
rolled a
psychiatric
17.
professionals. Cause more trauma for the characters.
Always be.
Yes.
Where's the map? Where's the
coming.
map?
It's going.
Well, but which screen will it be?
God.
So you should go ahead and roll.
Definitely on the map screen. Well, Stormforge, it's heavy.
There's a tree. Oh, daggum.
Okay. Let me adjust here. Hello, people.
Well then. Man, this forest sucks.
Now, Wes, correct me if I'm wrong. You said we did not cross the river?
No, you are still on the south side of the river.
So this seems
building.
strange.
They checked the buildings from the south side of the river? Or this village is on the south side of
The
the river?
village is on the south side of the river.
So this isn't his village.
It is.
The village moved somehow.
What river?
Villages can move. All right, so
Yeah, we found that out in Lauren's campaign.
you guys.
It's like Feywild.
That was whole cities. That wasn't even just a village. It was a
Okay.
whole friggin' city.
Important question for my people. As you were investigating, where are your horses?
I would assume.
6 miles away.
I mean, under my butt, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my horse is with Lauren because Lauren doesn't have hers anymore.
Lauren would have
mean,
been in the wagon. My horse is about 3 days back.
Yeah, seems legit.
So, Mayor, are you not on a horse? There is a spare horse. Are you not riding it?
I hadn't remembered that we had a spare. I thought the spare was the one that was pulling the wagon.
Nope, you guys had one attached to the wagon coming up the rear for such
Yeah.
a case as this.
Yeah.
I probably would have been on the spare then.
Okay.
And that is its name. It is the spare.
Oh.
Firestone.
Mayor
That
and the
one's
spare.
Firestone.
Rory,
No,
you
no.
back,
Instead of spare, it's Michelin.
and then back here with him.
Yeah.
Great, you guys can see him. It's awesome. All
That
right,
way we can get a brand deal.
yeah, just
Gotta make yourself laugh. With dumb jokes.
yeah, that's as far tilted as it goes.
Oh.
Well, poop. So we
I
will
don't have to do that.
we will work with this as we can. Let's see here.
Let's say you want to put it closer to the
This
microphone
here.
facing towards me.
This here is a building. Imagine that's full height instead of just a roof.
Well,
Okay, and initiatives as we get going. Make sure you have those rolled. As I pull out, where are my commandants?
Commandant.
You have one coming around here,
Is that what those are called?
and you have one poking its head around here.
Just casual.
Excuse me. And they're kitty-like kitties.
They are they're very leopard-like, but at their head, coming out of their neck, are snakes. 6 snake heads that also extend.
Like Medusa leopards.
I was just thinking that.
It's
Medusa
a leopard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
like that.
initiatives. So over 20.
21.
Hey,
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
swag.
Over 15.
19.
19.
17.
All right, so we have Riker and
Like this.
I love this.
Don't blow up first. Please.
all right, who is
I make
18?
no promises.
Rory was 18, and then who was after that?
I got a 17.
17. Okay,
This leaves Mare.
Mayor.
You know what? I'm okay with you going last right now. I don't want to sound terrible, but it's worked out well for us so far.
This is true. All right,
I mean,
Lauren keeps our
Clerics
dumbasses
and buffs.
alive.
so going right into this, Augustina, you're in the back of the cart right here. You have a commandant to your left and a commandant to your right.
I keep thinking you're saying commandant, and I'm like,
Same. Yes.
that's what it sounds like.
Commandant. Kamadan.
Amandon. Oh.
Game
of Dame.
I don't either. See, the D&D books need to, and the monster manuals need to have like the dictionary with a pronunciation key next to it.
This isn't fun, bad.
So actually, seeing these things, she's going to very quietly under her breath start whistling the safety dance, and I'm going to cast False Life on myself.
Nice.
Okay.
Safety dance.
And with that, I need you to roll your Wild Surge, as that is a first level spell. If you cast it first or second, whichever.
We're good.
Good. Okay. Are you trying to
That
move
was
out of the
first.
cart, or are you staying where you're at?
Probably.
Mhm.
I think she'd be too scared to move because she doesn't want them to like attack. So we're just gonna stay in the cart. And I don't think I've got any bonus actions I can use right now.
Okay. So we'll stay in the cart. All right. So Riker and Kari, you're up next.
What does it, just for my thing, what does it take to light a torch?
In action.
An action? Cool. I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay.
And I'm going to jump in front of one of these comedans.
Okay. So you use half your movement to dismount off of dirt.
Oh, I'm gonna fly and leap off of dirt.
Okay. And what's your total movement speed? 40?
40.
Then you have just enough.
Boom.
You can move right up next to this one.
And
Okay. So you use your action to light it, but you are.
yeah, and I'm gonna take my bonus action. I'm gonna do patient defense,
Okay.
just in case this thing decides to be dumb.
Okay. So you brandish a torch, and then you are
Where's my key points? There's
standing in front of in a defensive manner. Riker,
that. Oh God.
you are on the horse leading the cart, or you are leading the cart.
I don't see anything in front of me right now.
Directly in front of you, no. You see the two creatures over there to your left. Kari rushed up and got close to one with the torch.
Just trying to scare it.
I'm going to. Oh goodness! Smile back at Augustina and just assuringly hand her the reins.
Okay, hold on. We lost Garrett. Did you lose Garrett?
I lost Garrett. Garrett! Come back, Garrett. Like, we
He rolled a really good stealth check.
Yeah, so we're gonna pause this real quick as we get Garrett back. So,
Is that Jay jumped down and got it. Cool. Last thing I know is that Jay's character is in front of a thing.
Yep, so Jay is in front of the thing. Riker is.
I'm gonna hop down
Okay.
and lead kind of move the horse forward
Okay.
with the cart. I'm gonna be on this side.
Right. How far are you moving him forward?
I'm literally just like giving the reins a push so the horse will start moving a bit, and
Okay.
I'm gonna walk behind it and put myself in between Augustina, the cart, and the
Okay.
panther thing. And then I should also be in front of, if I'm able to, like right here in front of Mare. It doesn't have to be like far, just 5 to 10 feet.
Yeah, I
I
would
just
say-
want to try to clear space.
I'd say you probably get about right there with your movement of moving the horse, coming back here.
And I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. Rory, you're up.
Okay. How close can I get to the one closest to me around the house?
I guess you're staying mounted.
Yes.
Okay. With the movement speed of the horse, you can get right up next to it. But that would be your movement.
the horse when I get to him to hit it, or do I have to hit it from the horse?
You're not gonna try to talk to this one?
Okay, I would say if you want to try to dismount the horse as it is moving, you can make a dexterity check.
Probably should, but I won't.
Okay, so make a general dexterity check.
Please be good. That's okay. What's my modifier? So, dead center, 10.
Okay, yeah, it's not graceful, but I would say you can dismount and be standing next to the commandant.
As I gallop up to it, and I just somewhat, not so gracefully, hop off of it, and just kind of angrily just processing where everybody could be, and just a lot of bad thoughts going through his head. He's just gonna come off and just yell, "Where's my family?" And as he comes off, as a bonus action, pops Penny's Solosian leather stronghold open and just comes down with one spine hurling towards the cat and his fist just impacting at the same time. And as his fists hit, little Devin slides up to the edge of it too and slams into him all at the same time.
Okay.
Dang.
So I need to roll for spines. Where's my d4s?
Yeah, you should roll your daily spines.
Go gadget Rory.
Oh, sweet, 4.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so here, so my to hit is gonna be a.
It is pure at the end of the day.
16.
Your to hit is a 16. That will hit.
Sweet. And then Penny's is even better. It's always better than mine. Penny's is I think a 17?
That hits.
I forgot what it hit. It's whatever. It's better than mine. And then little Devin's is going to be plus.
Penny has a +2 to hit, by the way.
Little Devin has a +2.
Penny does.
Oh, Penny. Okay, so Penny's was an 18.
Okay.
And then little Devin's. I can't remember where this thing is. There's like it's like 3 sub-tabs you have to go through to get to him. I think it's inventory and fusions. Yeah. I'm on servant. There we go. Okay. So his plus to hit is a +4. So he is also a 16 actually.
Good. All 3 hit. Roll your various damage.
Okay, so my damage. So many things. So where's the next thing go? So that's 7 thunder damage.
Okay.
And now the whole force knows we're here.
Yep.
Cool. Shredder, you're on deck, by the way.
3 piercing damage. And
Is that pennies?
Yep.
Okay, so you rolled a 4, I guess?
Correct.
Nice.
And then 6. I rolled another 4. 6 force damage from little Devin.
Man, you unleash a series of Rory and his buddies for some pretty solid hits against
Rory and friends.
Angry Rory.
Rory and his
damage with his-
Pokemon.
All right, so that's your movement action, bonus action.
Yep.
Freddy, you are up.
Rory is within 5 feet of that guy, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. So that means I can have sneak attack, right? I was reading, and I think that's correct.
Yeah, if you move, just come around this corner, you'll be within range of your dagger, and you can throw your dagger at it if that's what you're attempting to do.
Cool. That is what I would like to do.
Yes.
I'm going to eat a canife. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bless you again. Oh no, that's a bad roll. Yeah, no, I don't think I hit with a 10, do I?
No, you throw it and the knife goes wide. Bonus action.
Well, I want my knife to come back, so I do
It
that.
comes back at the end of your turn, so you
and
can
then-
offhand bonus action with your second one if you want.
Oh, okay. I'm debating whether I should go hide and get in a good position or not. Now I'll throw another one.
Yeah. If he hits, you'll still get it.
That is not much better. That's 12. I'm rolling really bad.
Oh, misses as you throw both. You're not used to throwing knives on the back of a horse, and so as it goes wide, you with your hands extended, both knives return into your hands, and you are ready for your next go. It is now their turn.
I should have specified. Well, hold on now. I want to move.
Oh yeah, you have some more movement. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to move over by Riker.
Okay, staying mounted or dismounting?
I'll dismount because I didn't think to point that out that I wanted to be off the horse anyway.
Okay, so you can get there.
Like an idiot. Cool, I'm over there.
Okay, it is now their turn. Okay, will you hand me the 30-foot cone template?
What the? No. No. You did.
See, when you tell the dungeon master no, then he's like, all right, hand me the 50-foot cone.
And so you see that Rory, the one in front of you, it opens its mouth and this fog almost seems to seep from its mouth. And in a 30-foot cone, I will need...
I shouldn't have moved.
Right.
Okay, I need Rory, Riker, Mare, and Freddy to all make
Shit.
Constitution saving throws.
You're welcome, Augustina.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, this is...
One for your horses that are in the way.
Oh my god, every dice I roll gets worse and worse. That's a 6, my guy. How am I
same.
dead?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so going around, Rory,
6.
6. Riker,
16.
16. Gray, 6.
Yeah, I said that one.
Okay, just making sure. And then Mare,
Yeah.
22.
22.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yay, cleric!
Cleric,
You can keep
So-
us from dying.
You're
This-
still pissed.
This noxious gas pours out. Rory,
Rad.
horse, Gray, and Mare, your horse, all fall unconscious on the ground. You are still at full hit points. Mare, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
You're gonna give Mare PTSD, like seriously.
Apparently, it's a night for 6s.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. Mare, you don't take any damage, but you do fall prone as you sort of try to get out of the way of the horse. So your hit points remain the same, but you are all unconscious.
Quick question. Quick
Yes.
question. Is this magical sleep or no? You said it was a fog.
Well, what it is technically a magical sleep, yes.
Because since I'm half elf, I have that Fey ancestry, which means magic can't put me to sleep. So does this count or no?
Oh. Oh.
You know what? Because it is labeled as sleep breath, I will say that yes, this does count, and magic cannot put you to sleep.
Yay!
So your Fey ancestry sticks with you, and you use to
these-
shrug off the effects of the sleep breath.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay, it is going to stay there as it used its action for that. The one in front of you, Kari, is going to make 2 attacks against you.
Oh yeah, bring that.
The first attack
He's married in Xantier.
The first attack is a 21,
Oh crap!
and the second attack.
Wait. Disadvantage
You're right.
because patient defense.
Ooh, I think that misses with an 18.
That does miss.
Okay, and the second attack is another 18. All right, so as you dodge out the way of the bite, you also manage to dodge out the way as the snake heads come around and attempt to also latch onto you.
No, that's just.
It's going to
terrifying.
stay
I'm gonna have nightmares.
right up next to you, and yeah,
If you know they're not spiders.
Mary,
No,
it is your
Jay's
turn now.
out.
Break out the bless tokens. I'm going to cast bless on Gray and on
I guess, are you standing up?
Rory and on Kari. Yes.
What is that? A D4 to certain
Attacks
checks?
and saving throws.
Baller. A
All right, so
D4.
Bless is on Gray, Rory, and Kari.
I love how I've thrown out 2 names now just to be confused.
Uh-huh.
It's great.
Rory's okay. Did Rory go unconscious? Is that right?
Rory is unconscious, yes.
Then yes.
Okay. And Bless on Rory. Okay. Are you staying put or are you moving?
How close am I there to the nearest one?
About 30 feet or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. And with that, we come around. Augustina, you are up.
Yeah.
Explode their dumb faces.
Okay.
All 7 of them.
I'm going to do Ray of Sickness at the one that's in front of Kari.
Ooh.
We will do it at first level. Ooh, that is not gonna hit. That's a 13.
13 just hits.
Oh dang!
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
They do not have a high armor class.
That's the number, guys.
Learned. Wow.
And that is going to be 6 points of poison damage.
6 points of poison damage. Okay.
Dang!
I need you to make a roll.
We're good.
Okay. What are we up to now?
5.
Woohoo! That's the highest we got, I think. Right. Riker.
No, we've gotten to 6.
Okay. Riker and Kari, you're up. Unless you want to move, Augustina.
Oh, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, it's also poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. There you go. That's a 9. I believe that fails.
That fails! Oh my god, I'm excited.
So it is
Hey-o.
poisoned until the end of your turn.
And that will be my turn.
Okay.
Dang! That's pretty awesome.
Kari Riker.
All right, I'm tired of this thing. I'm going to, since the torch did not seem to scare it away, much as I wanted it to, I'm going to drop the torch, punch
The
this thing.
building catches on fire.
Right. I'm going to punch this thing in its stupid face.
Punch the thing in its stupid face. All 7 of them.
That is a 22,
That'll hit.
and that's a 5 points of damage.
5 points damage. Okay.
And then flurry of the blows.
Okay.
That is a 24,
That hits.
and that is 8 points of damage.
Ooh, big hit.
And that is a 21,
That also hits. You're all nice tonight.
and that's 7 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So if I do
Pop.
math in my head, that goes down to that. Okay, yeah. So you unleash a series of blows against this thing, dealing serious damage to it. Very nicely done. Are you moving or staying there?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
All right.
Keep it
Rory,
right in front of its face.
you are unconscious. Okay.
Wake up.
Say
Riker.
everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Too many R's. Why do y'all both have R names?
We're twins.
Apparently. Riker, I apologize.
Cool. Does that mean I get an extra movement and action because of that?
No.
Okay.
Worth a try though.
I'll move my way up to a little beastie that's mean.
Okay, stepping over the unconscious horse and everything else.
You don't have to talk about Mare like that.
Dang.
Yeah, you can just get the thing.
See if you end up getting healed.
I am blessed.
Natural 19.
That'll
Not
hit.
for much longer.
So she drops 1/3 of bless.
I'll allow it.
Mare's just like, I don't know what's happening. The spell is waning in that direction only, though.
That's 10 points of damage.
Woo! 10 points. All right.
A darkness has fallen upon you. I don't know why.
Spend a scourge point and make him make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. I think, what's the DC on that one?
That's a great question. I'm having to figure that out. 14.
14. That is a fail. As you sweep out the front end of the legs of this kitty, it does fall prone.
I will action surge and hit it again.
Okay. You do have advantage on it as you are within 5 feet.
It's going to be a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
It's going to be 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Solid. All right, yeah, you unleash a series blows against this creature. It is looking very hurt now.
Good.
Nice.
Now it would be Rory's turn, but he is unconscious. It is now
Wait.
Fred's.
There's no save or anything.
Nope.
He doesn't get a chance
Well,
to wake
hold on.
up.
Nope.
Oh man, that's a bummer. Anyway. I don't know what to do. I mean, what am I gonna go over there and kick him? Get up. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Big Man would be mad if I come over there to kick him.
Do Penny and Little Devin get to go? Because one's a plant, one's a construct. So I don't know if they can be put to sleep.
Penny would actually have to make a save.
Okay.
She is technically a creature. I would say Little Devin does not.
Okay. Hey, Penny's got a +1 con.
Ew.
Let's see. Penny rolls also a natural 2, just like Rory. They're buddies. Okay, so Penny's unconscious.
Penny does fall unconscious. Yes.
Okay, can I attack with Little Devin? That was his last.
Sure. Yes. As
Yay!
last command was to attack the creature. Yes.
Right.
He's going to be melee attack. Yes.
Melee. I mean, yeah, it's a force attack.
Okay. So roll with advantage as it is prone, and he can
Oh,
move
sweet.
up to it.
I
Because he-
forget. Is
Come
Little
on with the
Devin? Little Devin's like a tiny snake
Snake.
golem thing,
Yeah,
right?
he's a
robot
snake-looking
snake.
construct.
Okay.
That is a
Neat.
17 to hit,
That hits.
and then that's gonna be. Then keep rolling well with this D4.
Ready, you're on deck.
Nope.
I.
That is 3 force damage.
Okay, Little Devin reaches out and does 3 force damage.
Boom.
All right, now
Way
Freddy.
to go, LD.
All right. I see what Augustina did to the kitty with the snakes on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think to myself, is there a veterinarian around? Because those pythons are sick. And then I move closer within knifing range, and I yeet 2 Canifes because my friend is within 5 feet of punching distance, so I should be able to do that, right?
Which one?
Stab him.
Which one are you moving to? The Kari one or the Riker one?
The Kari one, because that's the one with the sick pythons.
Okay.
Bruh.
Move around to get within Kanife range, and you can yeet your 2 Kanifes at him.
Yay! And I get to add a D4.
Yes, you do.
Hopefully this will be a worthwhile roll. I roll the dice. Numbers are hard. That should be good. 18. Yeah.
18, that hits.
My brain got stuck.
Roll your D4 for knife and your sneak attack.
Sneak attack is 2d6. Knife is a 4. Blammo. 5, 6, 7, 8, 11.
11 points of damage. Okay.
I don't add anything. Oh wait, no. That was just a dice. I add another 3 to that because knife.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know how to.
I think my computer just died.
Uh-oh.
We're having a great night.
We won the battle, guys.
Bum 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 bum.
Victory fanfare.
Mhm.
Heyo.
And we leveled up.
Anything else died?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We've reached level 20.
sure all your
We're the
stuff is charging?
bestest ever.
Yeah, mine's all good.
Is it still plugged in at your feet, Vic?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively roll that.
Hang on one
next
second, guys.
attack. Yeet the dice. Oh man, that's probably not good. Do I get to roll blessed again for the other attack? Right. Oh jeez. Was not expecting the voice of the robot lady. I got scared. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, cool. Somebody spoke, so I feel like things are not broken.
People hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Reason.
All right, so, Freddy, you just landed your attack. You still have your bonus action. What are you doing?
I used my bonus action to yeet another knife.
Okay.
And while the debacle happened, I went ahead and rolled. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool beans. Because, yeah, it's a 13.
That hits. So you roll just a D4. No sneak attack, no modifiers, because this is your offhand.
But a D4 is still, well, that was out of the box. Ow. 1.
All right. 1 point of damage. Very nice. You staying there, I guess? Yeah, that was your movement. So it is now their turn
Yeah.
again.
No need to move.
This creature is going to use its movement to stand up, or have its movement to get up from phone. And it will, yep. It is going to make an attack at the unconscious Fairbog that just punched it in the face with thunder. I just rolled 2 natural ones. So
I'm not laughing at
it
Wes. I'm
completely
laughing at
misses the attack, as there's just a lot of things happening that I couldn't deal with. All right, and this one in front of you, Kari,
It's
is
almost as if Lady Luck is on our
going
side.
to release another toxic breath.
No.
So I need Augustina, Kari, and Mare once again to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm
That's great.
immune
You are
to this.
into it.
Cool.
19.
19 is success. Augustina,
17.
they are both successes, and the one horse that was affected, Derp, or whatever you named it, is also doing fine as it rolled a modified 20.
Dang!
So, that sleep breath did not work. And that is its action. Oh, I forgot. He gets 2 attacks. So his second attack was 2 natural ones. His first attack. His second attack, multi-attack against you, Rory, is a natural 20.
Oh!
For heaven's sakes.
Okay. So this is going to be okay. So Rory, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
No.
Bad rolls on the dice.
Oh my gosh. 6.
6. Okay.
Oh.
Wait, 7.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Yay! He's
9. I forgot my
fine.
modifier. It's a 9. That's
Don't
the correct
forget
number.
the
Oh.
bless.
I get a D4. Wait, did I get it? Oh, it wouldn't matter. The last one was so I'm at a 9 plus a D4. 10.
Ow. I'm doing my math. Hold on. Okay, so you take 9 points of piercing damage
Ay.
and 22 points of poison damage.
Oh.
Frick. As I rolled a natural 20, but you are now conscious as you.
I'm not.
Okay.
Oh.
As the poison hits you, you feel consciousness come to you and then quickly fade as you are now.
22 and 9.
Yes.
That's 31. Yeah, that's more than my
Okay.
max.
So you now.
I
unconscious
almost
and
bonus action for my bonus 3 temporary hit points instead of opening Penny's enclosure, and I would have 1 hit point left. That had been a game.
Oh. All right. So that
C'est la
is their
vie.
turns. Yeah. That snake bite sucks as these snakes latch onto you. Mayor, it is now your turn.
Okay. I am going to oof.
You did see the snakes very aggressively bite into.
Oh yeah, no. 100%. And I see like his limp form unconscious on the ground. I'm debating whether I want to do a big heal or a bigger heal.
Augustina, you're on deck.
Okay. Second level healing word.
Okay.
Flip my coin through the air. The limited sunlight reaching through the trees reflects off of it, landing on Rory's form. So that is going to be.
Yo, that's magical.
Yes.
I see what you did there,
Nice.
and I'm here for it.
15 hit points to Rory.
Okay. Rory, you come
Damn.
back conscious
Freaking
and
roller
awake.
coaster.
He's not dead. He is
I'm
not
like,
dead.
asleep. Oh wait, unconscious. Conscious.
And
Oh, wait, 6 seconds.
as he opens his eyes back up, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to create this thunderous effect, just very localized. Seeing if I can't get some sort of that intimidating effect to get a little distance between the creature and his person.
Thaumaturgy is an action.
And what's the bonus word,
You
actually?
healing word is a bonus.
And I
action.
used
Right.
healing word as a bonus action.
You are right. You are right.
Uh-huh.
As the thunderous effect goes off, it doesn't seem to be as intimidating as you might have hoped. As it, you know what? Actually, it did take thunder damage.
It did take thunder damage.
You're
I'm
right.
just hoping for a flinch.
With a natural 19, no, it seems fairly resolved in its wonderful attack that it just landed. Are you moving or
Worth a
staying
shot.
there?
I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, Augustina, you're up.
Did cat that Augustina poisoned have anything it had to do?
No, poison means that it has disadvantage on attacks and disadvantage on ability scores or ability check.
Rad.
So which one did she
So it's
hit?
like reverse blast.
She hit the other one. She
Okay.
hit this one.
So would that have had disadvantage on Rory's attack?
Wait, I thought she hit the one that was.
No, this one is the one that's poisoned. This is the one that attacked. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We will try Ray of Sickness
Okay.
on that guy again.
Okay.
Bro, that's sick.
Oh, that's not gonna hit. That's a 9.
Nope, that'll miss as the.
Actually, can I do this? Or
a good
because I
number,
already
though.
Declared it. Tides of Chaos does not indicate that I have to wait to see whether it hits or not to
No.
take advantage. You're okay with that?
Yeah. You can
Let chaos.
get you a little bit of luck going.
That's a 13 again, so just barely.
That hits.
Woo!
That
A
hits.
lucky number.
As you release and you force the will to go how you want it to be. and bend luck, as you might say.
That's 2 points of damage, but it needs to roll Constitution again.
Okay. Natural 1. It is poison once again.
Yes.
you
And
Two
we
points of-
are not surging yet.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Riker, Kari.
How bad is the one in front of me
They're
looking?
both looking. They've had better days.
That's fair. Let's see if I can make this day a little worse.
Okay.
All right. That is
For
an
them, I
18,
That hits.
and that is a 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then we'll throw another flurry of blows.
All right.
The last key point. The poor key point. Nope. Stop. There it goes.
Are you're on deck?
Yeah.
If you want. You
That
can
is a
roll.
natural 20.
All right.
So first flurry of blows. And that is a 4. So 8 plus 4 is 12.
Okay.
And is it still up?
Still up.
Ah, that sounds good. That's a 19
19 still hits.
for 8 points of damage.
This one's yours.
Boom! Just pop, pop, pop. We'll take my little knife thing and throw it at it and just slice it up, and then reach my fist of fury and just pound it till it's dead.
Okay. Yeah. You brutalize all 7 heads as it falls to the ground. Riker at the same time unleashes a attack against the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And
19 to hit
19 hits.
with 15 damage.
15 points of damage. It's still standing.
I'm going to use my Scourge Point and unarmed strike.
Okay.
That's a natural 19.
That is
Ooh.
So that will be 6 points of damage.
still standing.
Oh my gosh. What? I used it.
All right.
Dang it.
That's the reason I stabbed
Rory,
before.
it is your turn. You are prone on the ground, but awake.
I stand up.
Okay. Half movement.
Beat this thing.
Am I right in front of it?
You're right next to it. You're within 5 feet.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that wasn't nice. And hit it again. For a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
That is another same 7 points of thunder damage.
Still standing.
Penny launches the spine.
Penny is asleep.
Penny is asleep. Devin launches himself. That's 13.
13 hits.
And damage is piddly, but hopefully so are the hit points. 4 force damage.
This one's little Devin's.
I can't wait to hear
Little
how
Devin
little Devin.
he had come back up my shoulder, and again, as I punched, little Devin started going down. So as eye contact, he shot off, and as he comes into contact, just shoots straight through and comes out the back end of that cat.
Absolutely. Just goes full on through like a channeling the snake heads that are on it. Your snake does way more, and it just pierces right through and exploding out the back of it. It falls dead.
Nice.
Heyo.
Well done.
Is that it? Is there any more?
You see no other ones coming.
Oh, effort.
Bonus action. I get my 3 temporary hit points. Goodness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got mine too. Yay, temporary hit point crew.
And so, Riker,
Bonus. I
I thought
take
you were
my
gonna
other
say
3.
something. Sorry. Okay.
I'm just assessing everything.
As it falls quiet over the scene, you hear in the house next to you noise. Something moving. And you see with the door being
Which of these houses?
this one right here.
Okay, thank you.
with the door being flung open, you see, and Rory, you recognize this individual. You see Tathan Daxina. This is Tathan.
Okay.
This is the son of the village leader. You see a darker brown fur of a firbolg with almost black-like spots scattered very sparsely throughout. Dressed in a worn tunic as he comes falling out. Oh, the druids! Is that the thunder? Is that? Who are you all? Oh. And his eyes fall on you, Rory.
We're with that one.
Is that Rory? Are you Rory?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, hey, Tathan. Where is everybody?
You. I thought when I heard the thunder, I thought the druids had come from. Oh my.
Sorry, that was me. My armor's a little loud sometimes.
Oh my. You were not what I was expecting at all. My.
Well, if you don't mind taking a breath for a moment,
Uh-huh.
could you tell us what happened?
Uh-huh. Naira. Naira happened, and he sort of sits down on the front stoop.
Not familiar to me?
No. Naira. She came. She has everybody. Naira the dragon has everybody. She took them. She destroyed everything. Naira the dragon has everybody, and you're here now. Okay.
Why does a dragon want our clan?
Naira's a green dragon. And okay.
You shit.
Green dragons like people. They okay. So Naira showed up and you know how dragons are. Gave a speech. Sort of like, I am Naira, bow before me. Proceeded to destroy most of the village. And then took everybody. Apparently she would rather collect more people than treasures. Granted, she does have pretty much all of the wealth of the village, but she also has all of the village. I hope they're still alive. I don't know. I was out hunting, and then I heard a voice, a very loud voice, and I came and I saw, and I hid, and I thought the druids had come to help us, and it was you, and they're dead now. Those were snake things, and they're dead now. I don't like them. Okay, I'm gonna
Insight check.
make an insight check.
Do I get advantage because I know him?
No.
How he ticks. He was my best friend back in the day, maybe.
Based on his story,
The guy you didn't even know or didn't remember.
Hey, that's a natural 4. That's gonna be great.
What's up, Freddie?
8.
I just wanted to know if, like, based on his story, can we tell how recently this happened when we look at the damage? 'Cause
Hard to tell. I mean, you can ask him.
I was gonna ask him if I didn't know.
Okay.
So-
Augustine, we'll take you.
I just wanted to clarify a small point. Did he say the snake people helped with that?
No, he was referencing the snake,
Taps.
leopard creatures that you just killed.
Okay.
Cool.
It's like, wait a second.
Yeah, because there's like people that
leopards
we
help
have
the dragon?
encountered before.
No, he said that they were dead. He didn't reference any of that.
While everybody's inquisiting, I'm helping wake up the horses.
Okay. It takes an action and they become awake. Rory, he seems very shaken at the current events, and that's about what you get. Freddy.
You say this dragon came here and did all this. Was this recently? The buildings, I cannot tell, but did this dragon come in, what, a little while ago, a week ago? How long has this been?
Well, let's see here. That was about a week. I think a week is good. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. To be honest, I've been kind of hiding here.
I mean, that's fair, I get you.
I'm
sorry this happened.
You guys just killed those things. I know where she lives. Do you want to go maybe get our people back? Just a question.
And
How big was this dragon?
yeah, that's important information.
Well, I never saw it really up close or anything, but I don't know. Its body was maybe a little bit bigger than those, but it had lots of wings, big wings. It's a dragon. I don't really.
I mean,
did that
compared to this house, like how big are we talking? I mean, I know you say you didn't see it up close, but ballpark it for me.
I think it's technically smaller than the house.
Technically.
It's bigger than a horse, but I think it's smaller than the house.
So, just out of curiosity, how did it get away with all the people? Did it take a couple at a time, or did it take them all at once?
I didn't see that. I don't know.
You breathe for a moment.
Okay.
Rory, how many people are in your village?
Yeah.
More than one, less than a million.
Yeah.
Rory, for your information, your village is comfortably, there's around 100 or so residents. So
Probably there's like 100 or so.
So probably not a way for that dragon to take them all at once, was there?
That would seem very unlikely.
Unless this dragon has many, many hands.
I was
Or if he
thinking-
turned them all into like seashells and then just carried away a bag of seashells.
I was thinking something more along the lines of having help.
That's possible.
What the? Well, never mind. I don't know what I'm asking.
How do you want us to go get them back?
Yes.
well, you killed those things, and he does thunder.
I'm guessing you want us to go kill the dragon? Is
I
that
mean,
It sounds like he wants us to bring the thunder.
I used to be able to. Oh no, that was a different guy. Never mind.
I think if you did what you did to these things to the dragon, I think she'll die.
I mean,
Do any of us have any knowledge or experience with dragons?
I'm pretty sure I don't. But
I can
hey.
give a call to.
Does anybody speak Draconic?
No.
That'd be a negative.
Welcome to D&D, where we don't speak dragon.
No, not this
Man,
campaign.
Okay.
I picked the basic languages. I'm so dumb.
Rory,
What's
I would
wrong
like
with
you to
you?
make a nature check because it is a green dragon. Let's see what you can determine as you are familiar with the forest.
I know
What
you
is
said
with these
forest,
rolls?
but
I
I
have-
heard something else.
I've used all my.
And I am familiar with it.
10.
10. Yeah, you don't really know much about dragons, sorry.
Dadgummit.
From legends and lores growing up.
You don't know
Oh.
anything growing
No,
up.
not growing up, but from like the camps and just being outside, like campfire stories and poor people telling stories and things like that.
nothing more
Shit.
than wild fantasies. It's, what is true, what is not.
Shit, man, I heard about this one called the Alabaster Ruin. That one was an asshole of a dragon. I don't. Which way is this dragon? Point. Where is this?
He sort of points to the river. So her cave, her lair is actually the river takes like a slight jog into her cave.
So, Tathan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember our village on the other side of the river.
Yeah, that may be my thing. So I'm the village leader now. Hi. About a year ago, my dad died. And so then I became leader. And I moved us down here.
You did a
In
great job
retrospect,
moving.
that would seem like a poor decision.
Yeah.
What happened to Elder Daxina?
He got real sick. And then we couldn't do anything. But then by the time we got one of the druids over here, it was too late.
I don't get the feeling he's leaving anything out of that, is he?
You can make an insight check.
Can I make an insight check also?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Inside checks all around.
Well, they're doing this. I'm gonna be like deeply investigating the village.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah. I didn't. Nah.
All right, checks, insights. Where we at?
22.
22?
21.
21? Ready?
Don't worry about it, homie.
Okay.
I can't roll shit. I can't roll tonight.
I'm gonna text you guys.
Oh dang!
Snap! It's secrets.
Sorry, as I type this out real quick.
Christina's
So-
gonna lean over to Freddy and be like, I don't think I can fight a dragon.
I'm not exactly.
I don't need you to. We're just
I'm
gonna
not
put you
exactly
in that
overflowing
hole.
with confidence myself. But here's the idea: we keep you far in the back, and you shoot at it with magic shit.
It's great. Freddy,
Yeah.
Grady,
Yeah.
I was already bite-sized for the other stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm about to experience that sort of perspective. I think very soon.
So I'm gonna go with better idea. We grab Augustina, throw her at the dragon and tell her to cast a spell and wait for her to blow up. And then we go in and save her and kill the dragon. And the dragon is just gonna be like lunch. And then, oh my gosh, what the crap just happened? I'm gonna leave and maybe we won't have to fight this thing.
You know, maybe if we're lucky, she summons a shit ton of those skeletons again, and they can go help us beat his ass or her.
Skeletons.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, I think with our luck, she might do that blowing up from inside the dragon.
Oh, that would be bad.
By the time I start getting digested and I'm chewed up, I don't like this plan.
I'm sorry, did you say that you can blow up from inside a dragon?
No,
That's
nobody
confusing.
said that. It doesn't happen.
No, I was saying that would be our bad luck.
Does she blow up? Because that would be really unfortunate for her, but maybe beneficial. I don't know. Sorry.
I just can't.
Rory,
Kari's
Man.
going back to investigating. That was a 22, by the
It's
way.
not like a blow up, like an.
What were you looking for exactly?
Comparisons to my village when I went home.
Very different.
Very, very different. Okay.
It's I see where you're going from. Very different.
Okay. Cool.
I imagine nothing about this would remotely be familiar to me, would it? This is some deep forest ass
Yeah.
place. Okay.
Yeah, no.
She doesn't blow up like boom, like my thunder stuff sounds
We
like.
talk about this.
But it's more like when somebody gets
Absolutely we
angry.
do.
I'm going
and
to
you
speak
say
up
they
very
blow up,
loudly.
but she
And
does it
then
with
now
mouth.
we're all
I'm
talking, and
overspeak
it's
the
so
crowd.
many sounds over top of each other. Okay, we're done.
Riker.
I'm going to overspeak the crowd and say, no, she doesn't blow up literally. It's more a fiery personality at times.
Man, that
But
is true.
I can say with this one, there's more that meets the eye. Maybe
I
more
can't
than
swim.
not even meeting my eyes.
Well, I
And
mean,
there-
I'm kind of short. I'm not eye level for most people.
I'm looking
Man, there
very
was this one
pointedly.
tavern we stopped in, and she kicked the shit out of this guy who's being an asshole. It was so funny.
Yeah, as you
Oh
say
wait,
this
maybe
to,
that was
Hey,
something
hey.
else. Never mind.
he's looking more in the general direction of Rory, but not quite at Rory.
I'm gonna
Wait,
follow.
where'd that house come from? Oh, we're not using the map anymore right now, are we?
No, we are not.
Okay, because I see a house magically appearing. I'm like, wait, what?
Right? I was sitting there running the second, like,
Like-
is this some Breath of the Wild thing where it just pops out of the ground?
Nope. Welcome
Very
to
concerned.
Inception. You're in
And
the
there were the house appeared. There's just two red slippers sticking out from it.
he doesn't seem to be looking at something, just more almost blink stare like to Rory's like sort of left arm, kind of. Not really necessarily like looking at him, but
What exactly happened here that's not being told?
Yeah,
I told you I was out hunting, and
Why did you move the village? Why did your father die?
my father got sick.
Why did he get sick? With what did he get sick?
I don't know. I'm not a medical person. I know he
Dodging the question, or is he acting like he legit doesn't know?
With your insight check you made, it's both. He seems like he legitimately does not know what it was that killed his father directly, but he seems to be skirting around the question as well.
Maybe you can tell us, because some of us have not medical knowledge, not just Mayor. You can tell us how he got sick, and we can figure it out and tell you how he died.
He was fine, then he was less fine, and then he wasn't fine. I personally thought that maybe it was something in the local food, or maybe the local water. And so that's why I was like, well, let's move. And so I thought maybe we should just move south. And as Rory said, maybe not the best decision.
If it was food or water, wouldn't more than one person be getting sick?
And now I want Augustina to roll an insight check, please.
You can roll an insight check. You know, Rory, that's a very good point.
I feel like
And
that could have been thought through a little better.
it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but the dragon is where the village used to be, yes?
No,
Or the similar direction? Did I get that wrong? Okay.
no, the village is pretty much straight north from here. The dragon is 2 hours east.
Okay.
As others are talking to him, is he still sort of avoiding meeting anybody's eye contact? Is he?
Yeah. He's sitting on like the sort of front stoop of this house. The door's open. He's sort of sitting in the little entryway there, and he's just sort of deadpan, but his gaze is moving, but not to anybody directly. Sometimes he'll just be sitting here doing this, and then sort of look over here, and sort of look over here. But he's not actually like, as people are talking to him, he's not looking at them. He's just doing one of these things. Looking out,
Can I quietly approach so I can sort of sit next to him on the stoop?
Yeah. I mean, Are
While
you
she
trying
does
to be
this, I'm gonna
stealthy
wander
about
off.
it?
Yes.
Okay, then make a stealth check.
I want to see how well he's tracking my movement. Ooh, all the times to roll well. Okay. That's 17.
17.
This is terrible. But
While
do
she
I
does
see
this-
her move? Because I was also going to start approaching, but not quietly or nicely.
I mean, the where y'all are positioned, yes. She's essentially,
Okay.
you can see her move. She is just being very quiet in her steps.
then
She's
I will not, if I can tell
she's
that
making
she's
very
moving.
little, like, she didn't like, she's not disappearing in order to sit next to him or like, you guys are all very visible to
Good
each
deal.
other. She's just now moving very quietly. And he does, when you start walking, he does sort of like glance your direction as you are moving, and then he just, you know, like, he does seem to be able to see. If that's what
Okay.
you're, if that is what you're attempting to discern, he does not seem to be blind. No.
Okay.
I have become somewhat bored with this situation, and they're handling this man. So I'm gonna just wander around and look into the buildings and see if there's anything interesting to find.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
I also want to check and see if there are tracks around the village, like it looks like the people walked towards the dragon's lair, or if they may have been carried.
Survival check, looking for tracks. 6?
14.
14.
Yeah.
As you sort of look in all the buildings, it seems there's nothing of value. You see very humble beddings in some places. Some things seem nicely carved. There's a lot of nice natural, some things made out of stone, some things made out of wood. Nothing that might immediately catch your attention of like, ooh, valuable jewels, or ooh, nice. There are some nice ceramics, some nice pottery in some of the buildings. But if anything of immediate value, you don't see any of that.
That's fine. I want to vandalize one of the houses. I'm going to scratch stick people into something that look like us beating the shit out of those stupid cat things.
Okay.
That's hysterical.
Okay. Very well.
And I want it to be nonchalant, like in some places really stupid where no one would think to look, and all of a sudden, like a year down the line, somebody's like, "What's that on the ceiling? What the fuck?"
Yeah. So
Something
Freddy
really
just sort of
dumb.
walks into one of the buildings and doesn't come out for a little bit. As Freddy and Harry are sort of
He is
walking
one of
around the
my-
different buildings. Okay.
23. Natural 20 for 23.
I just think that'd be funny.
Yeah, the tracks seem that people have walked their way out.
Does it look like it was a bunch of people, or does it look like?
I mean, it looks to be, you know,
Like, I guess what I'm more asking, does it look like they left en masse, and so it's a big crowd of tracks, or does it look like more like seeing people single file to hide their numbers?
Not quite single file. I mean, it definitely, there was a large number of people leaving.
All right. I'm gonna make my way back to the group.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk up to Rory and Riker. And it seems like checking out the surrounding area, the people kind of left en masse all at once. I get the feeling that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Roy, you know your people better than I do, but people don't leave en masse of their own volition unless they absolutely have to. Do you think and I'll stop right there for a moment, and I'll look back at is it Tathan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look back at Tathan, and I'll kind of walk up. Mare, are you still sitting beside him?
Yes, I was planning on having conversation with him. I know Riker had mentioned wanting to move forward also.
All right. We would have your conversation first, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll pause that. And
While this was happening, Augustina had also done an insight. Did we get to deal with that?
yes, it was, I don't want to mention it because it was poor.
Okay. Good deal. So I move up and just seeing how sort of out of sync with things he sort of seems to be. Before I sit next to him, can I just do a quick glance over and see if I notice any particular wounds or injuries or anything that would not corroborate his story?
Make a medicine check, we'll say.
13.
13. He seems fairly dirty. He doesn't seem to be wounded or anything of that. He's also covered in fur, so it's a little hard to spot what would be a minor abrasion or something like that. So, but he seems fine, healthy-ish.
So I sit down next to him, and I'm very sorry. This must have been very frightening. Can you just walk me through a little slower exactly what happened? You were out hunting, is that right?
Yep. Yes, I was.
What were you hunting for?
Well, around up there were always a couple deer. They can get decent size, so they make decent food. Of course, there's always some random beasts, things of that nature. I don't generally like to do squirrels or rabbits or anything like that because they don't bring a whole lot. It's not really worth the effort for the amount of people that, it's just doesn't really seem worth it. So trying to find something maybe a little bit larger, you know how it is.
I'll take your word for it. You were going by yourself, is that right? Going after a deer or a horse, that's a large creature.
Never
difficult to transport.
But yes, I mean, I don't know if you know, well, you know him. We can carry things fairly easily.
So you were going by yourself?
Uh-huh.
Would I know if it was common for the leader to go hunting?
It's not uncommon, as everybody does their part in the village. It's not, that wouldn't be your first choice, but it's not uncommon.
Okay. And then walk me through what happened next. You were out hunting.
I was out hunting. And then I heard sounded like a voice that was rather loud, which is kind of unusual. You know, it's the forest. There aren't necessarily loud voices, just some creatures. And I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. And then I heard it be like, I am Nira. I'm the dragon. I'm gonna. And then I was like, well, that sounds like a problem. So I came sort of back. And by the time I came back, things were destroyed. And everybody was gone. And so I was like, oh, this seems like an issue. So
Pause there.
Yep.
You came back, everybody was already gone.
Uh-huh.
Right. Did you see them leave?
Nope.
You were close enough to hear it yell and far enough away to not be able to get here in time.
To be fair, dragons are loud, and also I was not moving quickly as it said that it was a dragon, and I was like, I don't really want to just rush in and be like, what's that? You're like, that seemed like a problem.
You're the leader.
I'm new to that role.
You might be vacating that role.
It's
you
hard.
already have, considering you have no one to lead.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to get back and find that the big man has killed this man.
So,
Yes.
Looking around, is there anything that looks like abnormal dragon print sort of things?
By the way, whenever it's appropriate for me to come back, Wes, I come back.
Okay. You're not familiar with what a dragon print would look like. You do see some rather large claw marks, which you could assume might be correlated to this, but If you want to take some time and walk around the village, you can look for prints if that's what you want to do.
I think if I just find the first set, I'll just kind of be like,
Okay.
Oh, I guess this is where it was at.
Make a survival check as you're looking for these dragon prints.
16.
Okay, so you sort of look around and you do find what looks to be large claw imprints that seem not padded like one of these leopard creatures might leave. They seem almost more reptilian in nature in some sense. And so you could assume, you're not familiar with dragon prints, but you could assume that maybe this would be what that could look like.
Just to confirm, there's 4 of them and what could have been a tail?
With that scattered around, it's not like it definitely stood here and planted heavily, but you sort of scan around, you're like, all right, that may be one, that could be another one. That might be, so yeah, you could possibly piece that together.
Okay.
There.
Over the course of the conversation, am I sort of maintaining the same vibe of what's happening?
Yeah.
All right. I cast Zone of Truth.
Whoa. Okay.
So an important question, am I back yet?
Yeah, sure, why not? Sure.
Oh, okay.
You're getting back. So this is a cube. Yes.
Sphere.
Sphere.
A 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of my choice within range.
So where are you centering it?
I'm centering it on my person.
Okay, so I would like you, him. I think 15 feet. Did you move any closer? Because Rory, I would say you're still back a little bit. I would think that you were
conversing. I figured if we were conversing, I'd be within 15.
Okay. If you want to be in it, then yes, Riker.
If I was talking to him, I'd probably.
Okay. So I would say Mayor, Riker, Rory, roll wisdom saving throws. Do I have to? Charisma saving throws.
That's a 3 - 2.
She's not subtle about the casting. So I suppose as you feel it, you could choose to fail if you so desire.
I don't even know what this does. I just want to see.
What's your saving throw DC?
My DC is a 14.
14. Good. He fails.
Okay. I fail. I roll a 3.
Okay.
So that's not even.
I have no intention of telling a lie.
I do also get to know who else succeeds and who else fails.
Okay, so Riker?
I purposely failed.
Riker fails, and Rory
failed.
Okay, everybody failed.
Okay.
Truth circle.
Truth circle.
Wait.
So I. Can you take a little bit of a step back? Walk me through exactly what happened. You were out hunting. Had you killed your prey yet?
What was that you did? There are casting elements to this.
Absolutely.
She moved her hand.
It is verbal and somatic. So I flip my coin and I say, let's just have a little honesty, shed some illumination on this here. We just want to understand what happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you want to know?
Just the voice. Can you explain the voice to me?
Loud. Sort of feline, feminine. Not feline, feminine-ish, but like, I don't know.
I mean,
it seemed aggressive.
That's what I was about to ask. Shit.
I don't know how to describe voices very well. It was meaner than yours, but like if he kind of sounded like a woman dragon, and he points at you, Riker.
I'm gonna smile deviously.
Yep, that seems about right. I'm not happy here.
Had you ever heard the voice before?
Yep. I don't want to say that. What? Oh, I don't want. I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah, you are gonna sit right there. And the more you talk, the less I'll say or do.
I don't like your face. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
I need you to apologize to me, my wonderful, pathetic little snoot.
This is a very important thing, isn't that right, everyone? My friend, if you want us to go and deal with this dragon, we need to know what we're going to walk into. That's all that really is to it.
Well, you're gonna walk into see how to get into the cave. You actually have to go through a part of what would be a sort of. It's maybe like 20 feet wide kind of river. It's a little deep, but you kind of have to go in the water. There's gonna be stuff hanging down. You kind of have to go underneath that, and then you're gonna come into a cave, and then inside the cave, you're gonna see a bunch of different cages, and then inside the cages are all the villagers, and then the dragon likes to hang out. And you gotta watch out for waters. It likes to go into. Why am I saying all this?
Nathan, how do you know that?
Well, she cut me off. I was trying to say more, but then she was like, let me ask another question. But I did see the tracks, and I was like, okay, the tracks must lead to the cave. And so I've been to the cave.
What for?
Well, that time I went to the cave to see where everybody went.
And before?
Before I went to the cave to go see the dragon. Why am I doing this?
Why would you go and see the dragon?
No, the dragon wanted people. I don't like this.
You know, the truth is painful sometimes, but if you bear with it, it will set you free, my friend. So why are you having dealings with dragons?
Oh, my dad's an asshole. Or he was. He's dead now. Oops.
Is that your fault?
I mean, I don't remember my dad very well, but I can share in that pain.
Technically not my fault.
Please. What? I never blamed you, but interesting choice of words.
Has Kari
I'm
made it back yet?
uncomfortable now. And he sort of stands up and shuts the door.
No.
I don't think you were quite close enough.
I'm gonna step through.
Okay.
I know I wasn't.
I was.
I'm not stabbing.
So as he stands up, can I sort of put my hand on his shoulder and encourage him to stay?
Yes, I would actually like both of you to make dexterity checks, contested against him, as you try to beat him to go inside.
Mage hand, I tie his shoelaces.
Fun fact.
17.
He doesn't have shoelaces? Ah, dip.
17.
I pull his shoe.
Okay, yeah. As he goes to stand up, Mayor, you reach out and sort of put a hand, and that stalls him just long enough for Riker to close in, and also with a slightly more forceful hand than yours, keep him seated in his position. And he goes, that didn't work. Hi, I was just stretching my legs. No, I wasn't. I was going to go inside.
You are a murderous little traitor, aren't you?
You didn't kill anybody. That's important to know.
Accessory puts you there, my friend.
My
I think it
friend.
would be best if we could get this whole situation cleared up. What exactly did you hope to accomplish, Tathan?
Well, I'm here to anybody who comes to lead to her lair so that she can increase her collection. She was hoping that maybe the druids would have come to save the village. That didn't happen. So you guys are here. I wasn't expecting you guys.
So we're to be the next collection of people. What do you gain from all of these? Do you just get to live, or does she reimburse you for your efforts?
So that's the fun thing. She kind of lied to me. I was supposed to get, power and, position. And I got the position for a little bit because I was the leader. And then she lied. Turns out green dragons lie a lot. And so she did that. And now I'm kind of here. And then I was also supposed to get protection, which didn't happen, as you can see with the dead cat things. But you guys seem to take care of that, which was, well, I thought beneficial, but now I'm in this predicament and I almost preferred the cats.
Yeah, then it could get worse if you don't work with us.
I think it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
Does the dragon know we're here right now?
Nope, not that I know of. I was going to lead you to the cave, and then she would know you were here.
So she would know if we approached the cave.
I mean, I don't know how much time she may be. I haven't seen her flying around for a little while, so she may be chilling in the cave right now. I don't know if she'll know. She'll know when you enter the cave, obviously, because she can see the entrance if she's in it.
Augustina's gonna come back from where she's looking at everything, muttering to herself, "Yep, definitely bite size. How do you fight something like that?"
You don't. I mean, I did. It's a dragon. You don't. I don't.
Does she have any weaknesses?
I don't know. Poison doesn't work. She breathes poison very bad.
Good to know.
Does she ever leave the cave?
I mean, for food, maybe, or to trick people, I suppose, or she gets bored, I suppose. But she doesn't really tell me much. She scares me.
She tells you nothing and you tell her way too much.
She scares me.
Not to death, my friends. Not to death.
That's
think she's our friend.
Yeah. You can.
Kari's gonna walk up behind everybody and kind of overhearing the conversation. Not to rain on everybody's parade, but I think we're kind of losing sight of the point here. At the moment, the villagers are in the claws of a dragon, and this
cage.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
Are in the possession of a dragon, and we now know where the cave is. We now know what's in it. I think a priority here, if we're going to be honest, is to go rescue your family, Austin.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree.
Stupid. One of the two. I'm just curious how we on our own can go free a group of people who are incapable of defeating one dragon.
Especially since there was about 100 people.
Well,
I assume there were children and women, but
I would say that, having come from a mountain village myself, that first priority would be protecting the little ones and those that are weak and infirm. And if giving yourself up quietly, there are those that would do that rather than face destruction. But to answer your question of how we beat what they could not, you already mentioned the druids. We could always pay them a visit, enlist their help.
That That is an interesting idea.
And if worst case scenario, we wait until the dragon has left their lair. We sneak in very quickly, very quietly, and relocate them.
Is the dragon intending on eating the people or keeping them as servants?
The
That is a
dragon likes
very-
to collect people, like more than treasures and whatnot. So I don't think the dragon's gonna eat them, but I don't know. Sometimes they get bored, I think.
How often do you go see and talk to this dragon?
Now I haven't.
Let me rephrase that question. If you were to walk into the cave by yourself, what would happen to you?
She'd probably get mad that I didn't bring anybody and kill me.
Sounds like an excellent plan.
I don't like that.
Hey, fantastic. We have bait.
Hey, on a variety of levels, would you mind grabbing a outfit or two of yours and bringing them to me?
Who are you talking to?
Stay out here with them, and I'll walk into the house behind and start rifling through a couple outfits.
Okay. I mean, you can find some.
I'm gonna.
Very.
I was gonna say I follow.
Yeah.
I don't mind vandalizing. And I was gonna tap him on the side of his face and just look him in the eyes and say, no matter what happens from here moving forward, you will have to live with remembering that this is your fault. And then I follow.
So walk in, grab a few pieces of clothing, one or two complete outfits, walk back out, put them in the cart, and all right. So it seems like we have a couple options. We can go try and find help in the druids, or we can go ourselves.
Or we can go to the end of our journey and elicit the help of the people we are going to see.
Let's be honest, that's a multi-week journey.
Yes, and finding
That
well.
that would take time.
Rory, do you know how far the nearest druid village is? You're muted, buddy.
I just thought, are they nomadic?
Yep.
Yeah. They kind of move all over the forest. They don't have one particular spot. They like to look over the whole thing, and so they travel around.
Is that
pretty cyclical, Wesley? Like based on the time of year or something like that? Would I have a general idea, or is it kind of a little more ebb and flow?
What I know about the Greenspire tribe is they just go.
Okay.
It seems that they sort of follow wherever the forest needs them at the time, and that could be anywhere.
Are there other tribes as well?
I know that's the main one I've had dealings with, Wes. Do I know of other tribes around?
You haven't really heard of any other tribe. It's a big forest. There might be another tribe somewhere, but that's not the email.
I don't know of anything that's, significant size that's established like our tribe. Or I haven't come across any other nomadic tribes, but it's possible that there could be some that, stay on one side of the river or the other, or more to a centralized region. But I don't know of any, and I don't have a way to communicate with them or even the Greenspire tribe.
Well, and if they got attacked a week ago and they didn't come during that time, why would they come now?
If you don't know that there's something going on, they may not have come to help because they're simply unaware. If we make them aware and they still don't come, well, then they're assholes. But that being said, we could always go and check things out for ourselves first, get a lay of the land, as it were.
I don't rightly know I don't know enough about dragons to feel comfortable saying one way or the other personally.
Yeah.
One thing I do know is when you're flying and those little mast things pop down from the ceiling. They say take care of yourself first so you can take care of others. I don't know what flying or the mass things are, but I do know the principle can be sound. If we are not capable of actually making this fight, we might cause more harm than good for them and for us, taking away their hope, because the lifeless face over here has offered them no hope whatsoever, pointing at Dipstick sitting down.
Well, I do understand your concern and your argument. I'm not even saying that we necessarily need to fight. I say if we go in and the dragon's not home, we turn your people nomadic as well. Quickly, quietly, and as expeditiously as possible.
If we go in and the dragon's not home. If. That's a
What
very...
is this?
If, my friend.
Aye, well, maybe we'll have more of this conversation when we're not next to a snitch. That being said, though, we do have ways to get in and out.
You know, if we have to, we can cut his tongue out. He won't be able to snitch.
I wasn't going to leave him with a head.
I think that's.
Oh, there's also that option.
We don't know what information we might need later. After this is all said and done, sure, people, you do with what you will.
Kill the whelp.
That being said, though, we do have ways to get in and out of the lair undetected if possible. Therefore, I say we go at least take a look at it first.
I'm curious as to what means you have.
Rather not have that discussion in front of a potential snitch. Maybe secure the talkative one. We can walk a bit and discuss this further.
Tathan.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hefty accusation that's been hefted against you. Would you be a snitch? Knowing what we know now, would you tell the dragon?
Is she sitting on the stoop with him still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to stand behind her and just draw some knives and just make eye contact with him.
Okay. Well, here's the deal.
Which I'll do that anyway.
I don't want to die, but it seems like either party at this point is probably going to kill me. So I am realizing about now that I don't really have a whole lot of cards in this game. So y'all seem like the most likely not to kill me, except for this guy keeps talking about killing me.
Man, he is getting smarter.
So, sure.
Sure to which part?
I mean, the way I see it, you've got two options, my friend. The dragon kills you, or we set you to your villagers and they punish you however they see fit. You have the potential to live. That's a pretty good profit.
If I stay in this forest, I'm not going to live.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And Mayor, at this point, your 10 minutes have gone by. And so you feel the spell fade.
Okay.
I will look him dead in the eye.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. I got friends on tap.
And for my part, you might not be able to stay in the forest, but I will let you have a head start on the walk out, and I will not intentionally hunt you down right away.
I mean, that seems nice. I don't know what level of help you need. I mean, I had every intention of showing you what the dragon's lair was anyway, so I can do that. I don't know what you want from me at this point.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure.
What do we want from him?
We can get out of him anyway. That being said, though, I know that if I knew where my villagers were, I'd want to go do what I could to rescue them as quickly as possible.
Yes, and I think, Kara, that might be the difference between you and I. not so much that I don't want to help, but I do not seek to cause more problems in the interest of helping. I would rather actually know that I can help.
What if we send Tathan in to tell the dragon where there's a group of people that he can collect and that they're stuck or helpless somehow, or Tathan gave them all, they all got put to sleep by those cat things or something, and then when the dragon leaves, we can be somewhere where we can see it and we can go in and save people, and Tathan can leave the forest in his head start and we can get everyone out.
Hey, that's actually along the same lines of what I was thinking, although I wasn't planning on trusting Tathan to do the job as much as replacing Tathan to do the job.
I tap Tathan on the shoulder and cast friends, and say to him, "No. He'll do the job for us, won't he?"
Well, if I go in there by myself, she'll probably kill me, but sure.
That's a good boy. Tap him on the cheek.
Once again, well, I respect the power of what y'all do and whatnot. I feel better
Besides,
about...
sorry, go ahead.
I feel better about our chances if someone we trusted went in there.
Well, here's a problem that I've seen. We're going to go to a dragon and piss off a dragon when we take something from the dragon, yes? Whether the dragon knows that it was us or not is irrelevant. The dragon is going to be pissed and start going out looking for what she perceives is her shit to go get it back.
Right.
I see the biggest problem is we need to kill the dragon, otherwise she's going to keep hunting down these people again or something. I feel like this is a problem.
I don't disagree with your argument. However, I think that first and foremost would be getting the people out of harm's way first.
I know.
So maybe we start with that. And then we try our hand at killing a dragon.
But is it really a good idea for you to go in if it's gonna kill Tathan?
Didn't say I wanted to kill the dragon. I don't want to kill him. Or I don't want him to be killed. But, crack a few eggs if you have to.
I'm not sure it's going to leave us much of a choice after we steal its shit, as you put it. That being said, to answer your question, Miss Tina, I trust my ability to get out of danger, as it were, should the dragon attack, more than I trust his ability.
I don't know what that we really need to trust either one.
I think that's our best plan of getting the dragon out long enough for us to free the people.
If we need to take down the dragon, what if we set the people free? Those who can't fight can hide, and those who can help us can stay, and we can all wait to ambush the dragon when they come back.
Maybe we have a slight modify. We don't have to put Dingleberry here in harm's way, but we have him shout down the tunnel to the dragon, and I can cast an image of him so it looks like him. So he's not really there to get his ass chewed off. That way you don't have to get killed immediately, and you have the opportunity to run, but you're still going to help us,
I think Tathan said that the dragon would kill him if he didn't bring someone for the dragon with him. But if he comes with information about where the dragon can pick up an easy new collection, then I think the dragon would at least investigate and kind of do one of those, like, if you're wrong, then I'll come back and kill you kind of things.
Hey, and I think we can provide a very tasty bait, as it were.
If I may interject here.
I don't really like you, Tatham, but you can say something.
Okay, thank you, Rory. To be fair,
You did on that.
if I come in and say, hey, I know where you can get somebody, she's gonna look at me and say, well, why didn't you bring them in the first place? Go get them. This is what I left you alive for. You wanted power, here is your power. I'm not killing you.
You could say that we were overtaken by those snake-headed cats, and that's where to sleep in your village.
I guess you don't have much. They eat the things they put to sleep normally.
Not if you and all of your bravery chase them off before they could devour such a beautiful collection.
I like you. No, I don't. But she knows me. I don't chase off anything. To be fair, I'm real bad at hunting.
Riker, Rory, this is your family. What do you want to do?
I want to get him back.
Then I think we try to get them back.
Do you want to fight a dragon or do you want to sneak around a dragon?
I don't know too much about dragons, but I think the latter would be preferable. But if it comes to the first thing, Penny and Devin and I are ready.
Me too.
I like the idea of getting the people out of harm's way prior to us taking on a dragon. Say we try that first.
It seems to me this would be best if we could get the villagers themselves to help us.
Right.
So,
With any luck, they will.
why rely on luck when we can solve two problems at once? Tathan can't turn up empty-handed. Someone needs to go talk to the villagers. One of us could go in and pave the way, so to speak.
Hey.
That is an interesting idea. It is terrifying, but it is interesting.
I'm really entertaining.
Aye, but also bite-size.
Well, but if the dragon's putting people in cages, maybe don't put an entertaining person in a cage.
Aye, that's a fair point. And you are a rarity in these parts. I, for one, have never seen anything like you, so you would make a fine addition to a collection.
A rarity or a delicacy.
Damn. But then again,
I don't mean
home-
to sound rude, but I do not feel comfortable with this.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't really like the idea of going to piss off a big piece of shit green lizard that can fly. What is our alternative? If we don't go and attempt to deal with this, I mean, if we don't go now to deal with this.
I mean, you're talking about a creature who's, at least from what our friend here has told us, makes a living on deception. I don't trust anything like that to keep.
You know, now that I think about it, if this is a creature that is good at deception, they probably can see deception pretty good too.
There's a possibility. I think that Miss Tina does make a fine point, though. The rarer the find, the better. But having someone on the inside would be all the more a benefit.
I was thinking about I could disguise self and go in there. That way I would potentially be able to hide things that I have, but
Why are you uncomfortable, Riker?
Best laid plans seldom go as planned.
To be fair, y'all don't have a laid plan.
It's probably one of those
Okay,
things
then.
where in a past life he dealt with lots of dragons and he has PTSD or some shit.
The PTSD is real.
That BTS dragon.
That is what the D stands for.
I'm
Nope. not doing it.
so
That was traumatic stress
I
dragon.
mean, hey, that one is on you, big man.
I do not know what type of foe a dragon presents, aside from the fact that it is unaffected by poison, and in itself it gives poison. It poisons somebody very easily to the point of manipulating death. It seems to be able to discern the moral character of individuals and aligns itself with reprehensible ones. And so if it can discern that from afar, what type of hope do we have going in? It's big enough to eat any of us, it sounds like, because it's almost as big as the house from our description. It took an entire group of people captive, and we do not know if we can actually hide from the thing in its lair or whatever home it has, with a giant river running through it that it can escape out of, while we go in trying to free a whole bunch of people in cages without getting caught. Maybe, and if it comes back, we are drastically at the disadvantage, because then we'll also have a whole bunch of little ones and women to take care of in the process who might not be capable of fighting, and Lord knows what the men have gone through, such that they might be decrepit and all wasted as well. So here we are trying to defend 100+ people in an unknown landscape against an unknown enemy that we have no idea about. I have no idea why I feel uncomfortable about this venture, but I'm sorry I do.
When you put it like that, you make it seem hopeless.
I've heard stories of a great company of heroes who got wasted by a dragon, one dragon, and I believe they were stronger than us.
That's probably true.
There's obviously a bigger dragons, but regardless,
it was proportional.
But regardless, we can settle the problem of the unknowns. There are those of us who are quite accomplished in the arts of stealth. I say we our alternative, let's just be honest, our alternative is to leave them at the mercy of a dragon.
And come back with people who can help.
Maybe.
No,
maybe. You're talking about even if we were go to the closest one being the garrison. Don't know if they would help us. The second one being the friends that we've just recently met that are weeks. We're talking weeks away. Plus then we'd have to get them to come back and convince them to come back and help us. And then there's some more
friends.
Sorry, what was that, Mary?
I interrupted Karik. Do continue your thought.
No, I think you're about to make a very good point.
Well, if we do this, do not go running off in a dark room. I don't want you dying alone.
I do not know that we have any assistance that we can count on. The friends, such as they are, that we go to meet, we still know very little about, except they have traveled to places where people have been in chains and have done nothing to solve that problem, if they even see it as such.
Hey, that's a very good point.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. It does not sit right with me to leave them to their fate. Truthfully, I think if we were to do something, stealth is by far the safer option, but even that carries monstrous risk.
Hey, you're right about that. That being said, though, I don't think that leaving them to their fate, even for
the chance to go get help is the right thing to do.
People aren't property, right, Miss Mayor?
That's exactly right, Mr. Rory.
Riker, when you went missing, I didn't wait at all to come find you. I didn't know what I was gonna encounter, and I didn't know if I'd be able to find you, but I just knew that I had to try. And now we have to try to save our family. It's our turn to help them. And I can't wait. So I have to go, and I hope that you'll come with me.
Level 3. Level 3. Level 3.
You're level
Get
3.
this.
If you're going, of course I'm going, Rory, but understand people aren't property. And I dread the idea of seeing my friends become someone's property.
I guess our best bet is to not get caught, eh?
Just shakes his head and walks out to the cart.
In the meantime, Rory, what do you think we should do with your friend Tathan here?
I can go
How
back.
late is it? How late is it?
It's at this time, maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's early morning.
A little bit before
Oh.
today.
Hasn't hour passed yet?
I would say, yeah, if during all this, especially as you now sort of settle in, you guys could take a short rest, eat a power snack, So, yes, I
Get our
would,
key points back.
yeah, I would definitely say you guys could have a little short rest throughout this. So.
Yay.
If we
Roll
do
some hit
this,
die if you so desire, for those who got hit.
how do we feel about going today versus waiting until tomorrow?
Well, we said that you said that the dragon is a couple hours away, right?
Yep.
Do we want to let those that need to rest and recover take that rest, and our more stealthy members do some scouting, just to make sure we're not getting attacked?
Because I feel like me being friends with you guys might help make me be alive. Don't maybe get too far away from each other, because then you're easier to pick off.
Right, that's very true.
Unless you
And
want
he is getting smarter too.
I was thinking more along the lines of just making sure that it's not leaving its lair while we're traveling. I hate to get caught right as it's coming out.
I mean, I can definitely stay here and keep an eye out for it while you guys go to where I tell you to go.
And you're not gonna tattle on us, are you?
Nope. Well, here's the thing. You guys are going to it, and I stay here. There's no way for me to get to it before you, so it wouldn't work.
That's true.
For the past
That's
minute,
true.
Roy's just been like, with his tinkering tools, carving in the ground. He just stands up and he shoves Tathan over the snare trap.
Okay. So
Man,
what-
I was gonna do a deception thing, but I love this better.
What are you rolling? What is the check? Is there a set check for snare?
I think it's
What is that?
Camera, huh?
Is this the spell?
yeah, this is the spell snare. So it is, yeah, it's a dex save.
Okay. What's your DC?
14.
With a natural 15, he succeeds. Well, that seemed. Hey, well, okay. You tried to push me in that, didn't you? Here I am trying to be your friend, trying to be nice, trying to let you know of dangers. And all right, that's fair. It's warranted. You're right.
I know.
So,
I feel like they're from the same town or something. It's crazy.
so do you want me to stay here and tell you where you're going? 'Cause I can do that.
Ryan, I'm gonna leave this up to you two. I mean, he is from your village, so whatever you think is the right way to go. Or we can just sit here in silence. That also works.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's like playing the guessing game. Who's thinking what?
I'm not there, so
Oh, that's right. He went to the cart.
That's why I was
We're
talking.
dumb.
Sorry.
yeah. So if someone's waiting for me to say something,
No,
I'm
I
just
was-
saying
I was-
I'm not there.
Sorry, I don't know if I said that loud enough, but Rory, that was to you.
I was thinking it was to both of us, and I forgot he was gone, and I wasn't sure of my answer. So,
Well,
so
given the hesitation, my vote is I stay here.
nobody cares about your vote, Tathan.
I don't think you. Yeah,
Your name's a
I'm
kid,
pretty
Taken,
sure
that's
you're not about to
stupid.
get one.
I told you my dad was not a nice person.
What is with
Yeah,
these
that
not nice
happens.
people naming their kids stuff? It's like a theme.
I mean, but personally, I like Tathan better than having 7 siblings all names start with R and then Kevin. Who names their kid Kevin?
You have a death wish, Tathan?
What was so?
Here.
What's this with this daddy issue? What is so terrible about your father? Now I'm invested. What is the problem? Tell me the story, Tatham.
Well, you see, my father was he was stern and I just didn't really like the guy. And
While he's talking, can I whoa.
The heck was that?
I don't know what just happened, but that was kind of weird. As he's talking, can I sneak around behind him and just pull out a little bit of rope without him trying to get it behind him without him seeing me?
he hasn't really moved far from the stoop. I would say with
Okay, so can I? Okay, if he's still on the stoop, I thought we had gotten up for some reason. If he's still on the stoop, can I walk in the house like I'm going to go get something and then sneak up behind him?
Yeah, I was gonna say with Rory's attempt to shove him that kind of failed. It moved him slightly, so you can attempt. I guess you're attempting to grapple him.
Well, I'm going to pull out rope, and then as he's talking, I'm basically just going to wrap a little lasso around one hand and tie his arms behind his back.
Okay,
That's what I'm going
stealth
for.
check to see if he hears you first.
Yeah, that's a no. At least I hope that's a no. That's a 15 plus 6.
Yeah. Okay, so you are fairly quiet. He doesn't even notice
Cool.
you. Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that one's good too. Oh, that's less good. 16?
Okay, yeah, I would say you fairly quickly as he natural one. You fairly definitely subdue the man.
Okay. So wrap his arms up,
Well, that seems
put him down on the stoop
uh-huh.
and on the stairs, and then pull everything tight. All right. While we make up our minds on what we're going to do with you at the moment, you're going to sit right here very quietly. Unless somebody asks you a question, you're going to keep your opinions to yourself. Nod your head if you understand. Very good. All right. I think our question of the moment is, do we go now or do we take a night to sleep? Thoughts?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Think
I was
record
trying to make a
of
joke.
not
Don't worry
sleep.
about it.
I don't have. I've already used my more powerful spells for the day. What all my goddess gives. Tomorrow I would be more useful, I suppose. Although I certainly would still be capable of some assistance today if, as a group, we thought that was best.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If we're going to go fight a dragon, we probably want you at your best too.
Frankly, I
really
like
don't
the
want
idea
to
of
fight
staying
the
here.
dragon.
I was thinking more worst case scenario. If our stealthy approach fails, we definitely want you at your best, eh?
I suppose, although I really don't want to be the one to hold us back.
Roy, how do you feel about it?
I wouldn't mind waiting a day.
Barely hear you, buddy.
I wouldn't mind waiting a day.
Anybody else? Everybody else feel okay with that?
Hey, the dragon's not going to have any reason to come back here, yeah?
It hasn't yet.
Cool. All right, so that makes me feel a little more comfortable about staying here tonight, but, you know.
Hey, well, we've got food, we've got shelter. So, and we've got a relatively good idea of where everything's at the moment. I say we take an evening, take some rest, get recuperated. Then we head out tomorrow and rescue your family, Rory. Does that sound okay to you?
I think so. There's probably some food in Caitlin's house.
Fair enough. I'm sure Tatum won't mind sharing, would he?
I mean, I've been here for a week. There's not much, but sure.
And we have our own rations as well.
There's also dead cats.
Oh, so fair. Forgot about that part, actually. So, Rory, if you want to explain to Riker what the plan is, the rest of us can start setting up camp for the day.
If it's possible, to maybe make some preparations. Rory, are there fixtures, materials around that we might be able to use to create some potions? Anything we might be able to help? Worst case scenario.
That sounds really, really good.
Hey.
That wasn't foreign to my plan. I don't know what is intact.
You could also show us what we could forage for. If there's anything we can forage for to help you.
We could do that.
Yeah, we're good. Go stomping around in the woods, find some shit.
I would say if you guys want to spend, for sake of expediency, if you guys want to spend the rest of your day here, I would let one person make a survival check with advantage as the aid to try to find enough ingredients to then craft a singular health potion, if that's what you're attempting to make, Mare. You guys could do that, and then you guys would spend the rest of your day doing that, resting, doing whatever. But that would essentially take up as it takes, a solid day's worth of work. It's still early enough where you could pull that off, especially with the aid of other people who know how to do that. So, who would like to take the lead on this survival check to find the ingredients?
Not it.
I can, if nobody else wants to.
No, I'm fine helping, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I do not have great survival.
Okay, so Mare, why don't
Got a
you
big old
take the
goose
lead on
egg.
that and roll with
I've
advantage?
at least got 3, but that's still not great.
No, I've got a 0. My survival
Dirty
is
20?
doo-doo.
Okay.
Ayo.
Yeah. With that, I would say you do find the ingredients needed. You guys can spend the rest of your day. You and whoever would like to help you, who has proficiency in an herbalism kit, can make that potion for the day.
I'll provide any gold needed.
For this, actually, I would say that there's not a gold cost.
Oh, nice.
Because it is, you guys rolled high enough to scavenge everything. And so
Rory, is Rory proficient in smithy tools type things?
Proficient in everything.
That's
Or
awesome.
he's just that good, man.
If I asked you to help me modify a short sword, how would you feel about that?
I could do that.
Cool.
Modified to what degree?
Basically making a single-edged short sword without a hilt.
You would probably, while he has the tools and the proficiency, you're lacking the forge aspect. And
That's
so there is not necessarily a forge here to be used, so you're not going to be able to do that right now.
All right, it'll just be a regular short sword then.
So,
Grr. Trying to make it a ninja short sword.
if there's anything else y'all want to do throughout this day,
Oh yeah.
okay.
I had a quick thing.
I moved
well.
the bodies of the cats well outside of town, and I had untacked and groomed the horses, and then started fishing and getting stuff ready for food
Okay.
while everyone was inside talking and deliberating.
Yep. That's easy enough to do. There's a meditative in the way that fishing can be for those.
Man, he's gonna completely destroy the fish population.
I doubt it. I was wondering how that Displacer Beast cloak was coming.
It is tanned and stretched well enough. It is essentially waiting to be moved. It is as good as you're going to get. You have a nice hide, but to turn it into an actual cloak will take a decent amount of time and expenditure, and the current state of things, not something that can probably be done right now.
I'm gonna invite Augustina over though, and see about getting some measurements to see about what size I'd need to make the height and the width of the cloak.
Okay.
Man, that's gonna be such swag. Freddie is over here just like, damn son.
You do know that in order to make it magical, that's outside of your wheelhouse.
Oh, I know that.
But
I can get stuff
measuring
in
out
order.
clothing as if it were a standard hide, you can figure something out about that.
I will consent to this, and I will also probably be fishing with him.
Okay.
You know.
Freddie, what was it you wanted to do?
Well, I was helping Mare find all the stuff to make a potion.
Yeah.
So while wandering in the woods, I'm gonna pull out of my pocket the braided horse mane thing that I made, and there's like I put a little stone into it, and I just nonchalantly I'd take it and put it in her hand, and just I've got a hold of my necklace, and I'm just like, I get it. And then I just go on with what we're doing.
Okay.
I get it.
Just softly behind you. You just thank you.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Wait. What?
This is like just Augustina and I at the river
Yes.
right now. Yes. I've been waiting for this.
Oh no! You cannot use her as bait.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm making her a Displacer Beast cloak. I'm not going to use her as bait. That would be a waste of a Displacer Beast cloak. And plus, I don't want her to blow up in the water. Like I don't.
I mean,
know if
that's
she
one way. That's one way to get fish.
Lithium batteries blow up in water. She's got high energy and octane. That might happen. We don't want to see that either. We kind of need her.
Oh shit, that's funny. And
Just
also
silent.
awful.
You're gonna look down at her while we're fishing. Look up. Look down. Look up. May I ask you a question?
Isn't that a question?
That is. I'm asking a question about asking a more specific, potentially intrusive question.
Sure.
Why are you so mean to Miss Maya? Especially after you just get onto her for being rude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do.
This is what I'm here for.
It's so juicy.
And it's legit. It's not mean. It's just legitimate, like dog head tilt, very curious. I'm like, your words and your actions, they're not.
I'm very sad that I don't have Lauren, Jonathan, and Brenda on one screen right now. I got to switch because this is the like soap opera I've been waiting for.
How have I been mean? Have I said anything mean? No, I've been perfectly honest.
You've been very honest and very rude in the process, while you told her that her questions which she asked were also incredibly rude. The tone in which you said it and the way you intended it was as rude as you accused her of being herself. And
Oh, didn't sound like that to me.
Then how did it sound to you?
Like she was asking questions that were not appropriate to ask to people because it's very rude to ask that to people.
So it's rude to ask a question of someone, but it's not rude to lash out at them?
I wasn't lashing out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this avoidance? Or is this oblivion?
What am I supposed to be avoiding?
Taking responsibility, maybe?
Well, I'll take responsibility for the fact that I've said things. And if they hurt Miss Mary's feelings, then she can come and talk to me about it. And we had a very pleasant conversation over watch at one point in time. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I do not recall one pleasant conversation that you have had, and I do recall her coming and asking you many a question, and your pleasant conversation has been rather pointed, abrupt, and non-conversational at all. I feel like you have actually said more words to me now, which I appreciate and I enjoy, than you have actually said to her. And I've lived in the mountains for several years now. Maybe I'm just not adept at this person thing, but that does not quite seem normal to me.
I don't know. We don't have a lot to talk about. And you asked me a question. You said, can I ask you a question? And I said, yes. And then you asked the question, I answered the question. Do you not want me to answer the question?
As I said, I very much appreciate you answering and I enjoy your company. But I am still curious. Because what puts you off so much about her that you won't even seek out a conversation or finding something to actually talk about?
She seems perfectly nice.
I call foul. I don't even need an insight check for that one.
She seems perfectly nice. I don't know what you want me to say.
Mm-hmm. You seem perfectly nice yourself.
Well, thank you.
So why this island?
I think it'll be really useful for... Sorry. I think it'll be really useful for me to go check it out. I've never been there before. Seems pretty cool. An island full of wizards.
Yes. You're not a wizard, though, are you? You might be fairy, so. But you're not a wizard.
Wow.
That was the description. Furry legs.
I don't think I'm a wizard. I know wizards do magic, and I can do magic.
Is there something that draws you to this island versus some other island or someplace here? Because it's very specific.
I heard about it, and it seems pretty cool, and I've never been there before. And I want to check it out before I have to go home.
Where is home, too? I've been told this is my home. Was my home? Is my home? I don't know. And then there was the trees and my house back, where I would say is home. So where is home for you?
Cedars are from the Feywild.
I do not know where that is.
Not a lot of people do. It's kind of hard to get to.
The Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a frontier, or is it describing the type of people who are there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Fascinating.
it's really cool. There's a lot of satyrs like me, and there's these other things called shark and bears. They look like bears, but they have shark's arms.
That does not sound practical nor useful at all. Open up my hand.
Wouldn't a shark's arm just be a flipper?
With the arm
Or is it a
shark?
shark for an
Yeah.
arm? Because that
And y'all
would be
made fun of my
cool.
gargauntlets.
I'm not there. I don't count. I'm off in the woods looking at mushrooms and weird whatever. D&D's a good game.
I don't even want to know how that came to be. That sounds terrible.
I just got a visual of a shark with flippers. I can't stop.
It does seem pretty not like a good
Called a
idea.
sea lion.
Is it like a mama bear and a daddy shark? How did that even work? I think some things are beyond knowing.
It's very strange. Feywild is a very strange and weird place.
These are facts.
Just gonna stare very like. And I thought I came from a place. No offense to your country, but it does sound rather odd. Arms.
As you sit there and sort of ponder that, the evening continues on. You guys get your rest. You achieve a long rest. Morning does come.
And we feel stronger.
Not yet.
Don't like you right now.
So morning does come. You guys, did you leave Tatham bound the entire night?
As a matter of fact, I took him into his residence and sat him on his bed, and the ropes that were around his arms, I tied the other end to a bedpost so that he could lay on his side and fall asleep, but could not go anywhere should he choose to go somewhere.
Okay.
I learned my lesson from
Chase your bliss, man.
hate you. Learned my lesson from the stupid escape me goblin, and
That is why I'm here.
throughout the watch in the evening.
He's very non-combative. Does what you wish. When morning does come,
You come out of that house at night, I'm going to stab you.
no reply. He's just there. So, what is your plan for morning now?
Any signs of him coming out of that house?
No.
Okay.
By the way, last night during that rest while we were around the campfire, I brought out my nice bottle of scotch.
Hey! Awesome, big man.
So, toast to death. It's a scourge tradition.
It's zingy.
Big man. Thank you once again.
That'll keep you warm at night. So after breakfast, it would probably be a good idea to leave the carts and horses here.
Yes, if we're going to go sneaking off, it would be better if we travel light.
Then,
Or at least lighter.
once we get there, and I'll bring Tathan out so he can, and I'll unbind his hands so he can draw a kind of a map for us of the layout of the cave and everything, where everything's at.
Okay. As best as he can, he sort of draws out that it is just east up the river a little bit, and then you'll see that there seems to be a slight offshoot into some rocks, and it's within that little alcove. He points out that there is like stalactites that are hanging over the entrance. So you either have to sort of go in the water and go up, or try to crawl yourself. There's not much you pretty much have to go in the water to get into this
So does the dragon come through the water to get out?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
And so once you go in, he says that the water goes in for a little bit and then pools. There's a pool, and there are several cages set up that the tribe is in.
So you're going in? Are you taking somebody with you?
Well, I think that if we're going to go in to just scout, probably myself and Freddie would be a good idea. If we're just going to take a quick look-see and come back, if we're going to try to convince the dragon to leave its lair, then that's another matter entirely. In that particular instance, I think I'd probably look more like a friend here and try to convince the dragon that he needs to leave. It's a risky gamble, but our only other option is to try to unlock the people while it's in there, and I just don't foresee that working out to our benefit.
Can you describe the entrance again, Wes? I don't think I fully understood
It's
the entrance to this thing.
It's about 20 feet wide. It's the river itself, and there are stalactites that seem to be hanging down over the entrance. And so you could try to squeeze by. There is just like a foot of dry land on either side. We can kind of do one of those things, we sort of bend around and hopefully not fall in. Or you can go into the water and swim into the entrance.
So, rock mountains, whatever, stalactites, the water coming through that. You have to go underwater, under the rocks, or try to squeeze your ass through. Okay. Okay, makes more sense now.
Yeah, and with my ability to change shape, gives me a few advantages in getting in and out of places.
Yes, that is true. I am concerned, though, that we put any bodies in the way of the dragon if we don't have to.
I think we've got to get eyes in there one way or the other.
No, that's true.
And whether
if we're going to
go by myself or if I take you with me, I'm probably best to go.
Right, but if we're trying to use the visage of our friend here to lure the dragon out, we can do that without any of us being there, is what I am saying.
My worry is that, I guess my biggest worry would be if we do that using magic and it sees through the deception some way, then we just made an angry dragon.
We're going to make an angry dragon no matter what.
Aye, but do we make it angry before we set the people free or after?
I don't want to make the dragon angry at all. All right.
You like that person?
Then that begs the question, your ability to do the things you do, is that not magic?
Actually, no, it's not. It's a more of a racial trait. It's in our blood, so to speak.
Can you? Well, all right. Is Dingleberry around us?
Yeah, I mean, he can be. You guys have a conversation wherever. He essentially is staying put unless y'all move him.
Okay.
So,
well, because I didn't know if, certain things needed to be divulged around him or not.
At this particular point, he is not going anywhere. So I'm
very true.
So what is the plan? Are y'all moving?
I said we go ahead and make our way that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's at least get closer first.
Are you leaving the horses and cart here, or are you taking them with you?
I'd say we leave them here. That's my personal opinion.
I think if it gets back and understands what took place, here will be the first place it comes. So.
But I'm not entirely sure that this would be. That's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We take them with us. We put them at risk. We leave them here. To me, they're at less risk, but that's my personal opinion.
Do we really expect to have enough time to travel back here after we release the village?
I do not.
That's a very good point.
I think the
The
ability.
first.
I think the ability to make a fast escape, or at least some sort of escape, might be the most beneficial. I also think it should be noted, if it comes down to blows, we need to be prepared. Maybe not all of us are walking out of this. So, we have our exit strategy, we have our rescue plan, but if things go sideways, we need to know where we're going and how we're fighting this.
That's fair. As far as quick escapes, I mean, we've noted that with the cart and horses, it's slower going through these woods than faster.
Which is why I believe making sure we do not have anything vital left in the cart just in case would be a good thing, in case we must move by foot.
Just saying that if we bring the horses and cart too close to the cave, then they may give us away rather than being a boon.
Another thing to note, if we are anticipating releasing some children, we may not be able to move quickly at all. The cart may be able to be donated, for lack of a better word, to transport a larger group of people or children after they are out of the cave.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
This dragon is probably going when the dragon realizes that the people are free, unless we can really lure the dragon far away, it is going to find them very quickly and put them right back where they were.
Turning to Tathan, if we were to tell the dragon that our people outside the forest kind of poking their nose around, would she feel the need to do something about it?
Oh, I don't know. She seems to like the forest. She doesn't really deal with people outside of the forest. Maybe if they came into the forest, she might feel threatened, but I honestly...
Is there a place that you've hidden that would be able to accommodate a group of people that she doesn't know about?
No.
You know, like the people you're supposed to be the leader of.
I hid in this house.
I think honestly our best bet is get them out, get them as far away from the dragon cave as we can, and then regroup from there.
Half a plan is better than no plan, I guess.
But the first step is to get there, so I say we go ahead and move that way.
Are you taking Tatham?
Oh no, I'm leaving his butt tied here.
Okay.
Tied up?
Unless you and Rory have any great desire to see him freed, I figure we let your people come back for him, but when it was time. Unless you think they won't be coming back here.
I would be very hard pressed to see or even to encourage them to come back here. As I said, if we get away without a fight, I do believe this will be the first place that the dragon comes to look. And I mean, the biggest thing. So
there's not much of value here anyway.
Do you have any strong objections to setting him loose in the forest and letting fate decide his fate?
I feel like it's most fair to give him what chance he may take.
I think it is more than fair. I would call it gracious.
Any other objections? Okay. In that case, Tathan, I'm going to untie him. I've got one word for you. I suggest you take it very, very seriously. Run.
You screw us over, I'm going to stab you.
That works. And you see him just sort of take off.
Away from...
He goes south.
Okay.
Cool. All right, shall we go then?
Yes, we'll start walking that way up.
I ever find out you fucked us, I'm going to stab you!
And I guess we'll lead the horses with us?
Yeah, we'll take those. If we have to go in, if things go sideways, I'll be the one most capable of taking a dragon hit. So...
Okay, so you guys lead the horses and you follow the path laid out. Again, you're following the river, familiar to you. Who is scouting ahead? Who's sort of leading this?
I
You are?
will also be up front.
Okay,
Yeah,
I would like.
I'm bad at survival and nature. What the hell am I doing? Shit, I should be in the towns. I should be
I'm not
scouting
great
the
at survival
streets.
nature either, but I am stealthy.
What the hell?
Okay, so I would like either a survival check with advantage, or you each make one individually as you try to follow what Tathan laid out.
I've got a +3. What do you have for survival?
I've got a fucking 0, so I will help you.
Okay.
Look out, there's dog shit over there. Don't step in that.
And a 4. So 21.
21. Yes, you carefully
Told you, don't step in that shit
plot
over
out the
there.
way that you are
I
going,
appreciate that.
and you see ahead what appears to be the area that Tathan has explained to you. This slight divergence in the river, sort of split, that you believe that would be it. You leave the horses a safe enough distance back from the entrance.
Yeah.
Safe enough being
100 yards.
I was gonna say, how far is that split from the entrance to the cave?
the split is fair. I mean, the split maybe runs for 20 feet or so and then goes into
Oh, we'll be further back then, probably.
further up the river.
Yeah, I'd probably say a good 100 yards.
Okay, so
Horses are loud.
you leave the horses and everything sort of downriver as you guys traverse up the river, get to the cave. As you then, who's going into the cave? You guys are now collectively, whoever wants to be at the mouth of this entrance. Your horses are 100 yards downstream.
You have a map up?
There is not a
No.
map up right
Okay.
now. So you guys are now collectively, if you want, at the mouth. Who is there?
All right. I'm most suited to take a hit from the dragon. If so.
Right behind you, big man.
And it would not be beneficial to have us all walk into a dragon's trap. It's my family, and I'm most suited. So I will go in.
I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in that for a moment because, one, you're good at taking hits. You're not stealthy.
No,
I
You're
think
pretty loud.
I think the first person to go in needs to be either Mr. Gray or myself to allow us to scout and see where it's at, make sure the dragon's actually in there.
Can you hide from all things that see you?
I can hide from a lot of things.
I stealth ahead.
Okay. Do you go into the cave?
You going water side or you going scoot and boogie?
I don't want to get wet.
And Kari, as you were looking ahead, you could. The cave is dark.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever.
If I can, and if I notice
Dark
them leaving,
vision.
I am going to cast guidance on the person, whoever, like as they're heading out.
Okay. So while
He's heading out first, and I'll probably be right behind him.
okay, so while you are scouting ahead, whoever is looking, I would like you to make a stealth check as you get close.
I just want to look in. I'm not going in yet.
So make a stealth check as you approach the mouth.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
If the stealths are going, then I'm going to stay back and protect our two squishies.
Mm-hmm.
I got a measly 13 because I rolled a 6.
Did you roll your guidance D4?
No, I will roll my guidance D4.
If I'm behind him,
That's a 4.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
That is a 24.
Okay. As you
I don't
guys
have guidance.
move up, you peek in. Freddie, roll a perception check as you look into the entrance here with your dark vision.
I love how I've got like ballin' ass stealth and my perception is 0. What a waste. And that's another 6. My god.
Okay. With your dark vision, you peek in and you see what I'm about to go show you guys. Ah! So I'm gonna go grab
Fantastic. I cannot wait.
to give you guys a quick visual.
is going to be terrible.
So I'm going to show you guys this real quick, and then we will pick up next week with this. So you guys will have a sort of week to strategize your
Mentally prepare.
Contemplate our doom.
Yeah, no, it's been
Let's be
great,
honest.
y'all.
This is Wesley's vengeance for last campaign.
What did we do to him last campaign? I mean, I know.
We're through a crap ton of dragons' heads.
Well, I mean,
Y'all fought one
We-
dragon like
I mean,
twice, and then
and we also
one
kicked
dragon
ass.
like once.
We escaped from a dragon tower thing by the skin of our teeth and a lucky roll from George.
You know what? If we're going to become legendary,
Oh,
we
sweet.
have to do legendary things.
Oh, dude, is that gonna fit?
Because I put something this size down.
That's what she said.
You're a terrible person,
Okay, so
guys.
Ooh.
this here,
So-
as you can kind of see,
It's so big, y'all.
It's
Giggity.
gorgeous.
these sort of weird brown things are your Faribault villagers. I did not just take a bunch of random minis and paint them brown or use brown minis because I don't have Faribaults. That's not the case. And then here is your entrance.
Mm.
And so I will send a picture. I will send a picture of this to you guys within the group chat. And with that,
Right here.
we will pick up next week with y'all doing what are you doing with this.
We're going to fight a dragon and
At
prove
level
we are
3.
badass.
No, let's not.
All right. So
Does he see a dragon in there?
question:
Do I?
Balls.
you rolled a 6, right?
The biggest question is, does the dragon see me?
That's
Yes.
also a question.
Yes,
it does.
Because that is far more important to my prerogative.
Tune in next week to find out what they're gonna have happen to them.
It's been nice knowing all of you. Truly, it has.
Great. This is the story of how I died. Don't worry, it's actually a very fun story.
And that was the moment he knew he fucked up.
All right. We'll do this.
I'm
next
waiting. We keep having zinger lines, and the recording hasn't stopped yet.